everyone, this is Jessica with Exploring the Local Life. Today I wanted to talk about how we are preparing for our road trip to Colorado.
This episode of Exploring the Local Life is brought to you by RVwithme.com. They connect RVers and landowners. RV owners can enter their desired destination and a list of nearby locations will appear. Landowners or RV park owners can list their sites and have RVers find them. That's RVwithme.com.
We have been brainstorming some ways to save money while traveling. The biggest thing is food costs for us. It is really difficult for us to pack lunches and have everything done, or even to sometimes when we're really in the groove of driving, to stop the rig somewhere and come into the back and prep food. So for this trip, to try to avoid that, we have a soft-sided cooler, and we are planning on filling that sucker up with ice and also putting in some of the kids' favorite snacks, my snacks, Robert's snacks, waters, everything, so everything's nice and fresh. So when we get hungry, we may not even need to stop, because I know it's great to stop, stretch your legs and eat, but sometimes, you know, by the time we've gotten going and we're on our way, you know, a kid in the back is starving, or even me, you know, I get hungry. Sometimes we get hungry at different times, so this way we're not having to stop every single time. And maybe instead of stopping to just stop and eat and then get back in the truck, we can stop and maybe just stretch our legs, play a little bit and run around, and not have to worry about, you know, eating as well, to sort of cut back on time. So we're going to try that. We have done that a couple times when we've gone on our hikes, just to make sure. It seems like for us, I don't know about you guys, it takes us forever to like get dressed, have breakfast. Almost by the time we're in the truck, ready to go, everyone's starving again. So last time we just did that, we took that little soft-sided cooler, not little, it's pretty big, and filled it up with ice, filled it up with foods and snacks, all of our favorites, and it was a big hit. So it worked well then, so we're planning on doing that as well for our trip out to Colorado. As far as fuel savings, that's kind of, you know, it is what it is. Robert is really good about watching his miles per gallon and really trying to maintain that really high. I think we average about 10 miles per gallon when we are traveling. Robert can get the truck by itself 15 miles per gallon, but when we've got the RV with us, obviously that's going to drop. Of course, we might be hitting some higher elevations, some hills and mountains, so we'll be seeing how that is affected, and we will definitely fill you guys in on that for those of you that are going to be traveling a lot into different kinds of elevations, changing elevations. Hopefully this might help you guys. Another thing that we are working on for saving money on our trip is to boondock on our way out there. Right now we are in Georgia. We are in northwest Georgia, and obviously Colorado is quite a ways away, 2,000 something miles away. So instead of staying at RV parks every single time when we overnight, we are planning on boondocking. For those of you that don't know what boondocking is, it is basically dry camping. It is parking your RV somewhere and not having electrical, not having sewer or water. It's like tent camping, primitive style, but you have your RV with you. So we are planning to do that when we overnight. We do not plan to do any extended boondocking, because at this time we don't have all the equipment we need for boondocking. In order for us to do that successfully, we would need solar, we would need some sort of solar setup, and we would also need a generator. We don't have any yet. We are working on saving up so that we can purchase those items so we can boondock, because the idea of having some time not at an RV park and not having to be dependent on those things is really attractive to me, and it saves money in the long run. The initial cost of purchasing those things, obviously, there's some cost involved, but over the long run, it'll save us money and it'll give us more ways to enjoy our RV life. So we have boondocked in the past, just overnighted. Basically, we've only done that though, like one overnight. So we've driven 4 hours, spent the night somewhere, and then gotten up and taken off in the morning. We're going to be doing about 3 or 4 days of that, I think, getting just to California. California, oh my gosh, I wish. Not yet, we're not going to California yet. Going to Colorado, and then of course on the way back. So we'll see how it goes. It will be interesting because we have things that we need to power up and we will not have that. So we're going to have to make sure that we're charging everything while we're driving in the truck. The kids have tablets, and on long trips, they really help us. They help them, keep them entertained too. And we also have our phones for navigation, for making phone calls and that sort of thing that we have to keep charged. And of course our video equipment. Otherwise we're not going to be able to share our adventure with you guys as we go. So those things we have to just conserve and charge whenever we can in the truck. This is going to be interesting for us to be able to boondock for more than overnight. In the past, when we have boondocked, what we have done is we've stayed at rest areas, and we've also done truck stops. I have felt more comfortable at truck stops than at rest stops. The main reason is that at a truck stop, you just don't feel like you are in a rush. You feel like you can go get actually a good night's rest and get going. Versus at a rest stop, I always feel like we need to get going. All right, what time is it? We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. I don't feel comfortable spending many, many hours there. You're not supposed to really overnight there. They say that specifically, so I'm a little bit anxious, and I don't sleep as well, and I don't get as many hours, and neither does Robert. So truck stops have been better. We have not overnighted at a Walmart yet. I am pretty sure that on this trip that is gonna be something we look at. It's not that we are like, oh, we don't wanna stay there or any of that stuff. At a truck stop, not only can we stay there for longer, but there's also fuel, so we can fuel up. It's sort of like two things. Kill two birds with one stone. I hate that saying. I love birds. Don't want to kill them. But you guys know what I mean. If you guys have any suggestions on places along the way that we should stop, please let us know. Places that we can sort of stop with an RV so we don't have to disconnect, get out, stretch our feet, and just enjoy a little bit of family time along with some resting time. That is all that I wanted to talk about. Let us know, again, any of your suggestions, questions. Thank you so much. Bye.